Welcome to Two Guys, Three Crowns, the podcast that talks about what it's really like to live in Stockholm, Sweden. I'm Sean, and with my fellow American Rodney, we break down the good, the bad, and the just plain weird. It's quite the journey, so join us for the ride.
My bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I've used up all the mistletoe. Now you're in Miami.
Woo! Dale,
There
bro.
you
The
are.
305.
Sean, Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's wonderful to see you.
Wonderful to be seen.
Yeah, and right when we logged in, I'm like, daylight. I mean, full. I get to see
I know.
in a whole different light.
It's
in a whole
noon,
new light.
and it's sunny, and it's fantastic.
Okay. You're not complaining.
No, I mean, I'm back in summer here.
Right.
But like our normal summer, like hot for Stockholm summer, not Miami summer where it's 90 and 100% humidity.
Ooh.
No, we're not there yet. It's like a beautiful winter day. Like half and half cloud and sunny skies. It's about 82 is the high. 80% humidity, about somewhere around there.
Wow.
Perfect
Hey, now
cool weather for January.
But you guys aren't getting hit by that. There's like some major weather front that went from Texas and
Yeah, I saw someone had the news on for a second. I think it was last night or something like that. That never affects us because we're so far down south. If anything, I know it has snowed in Miami like 80 years ago or something, but
okay.
They're mostly concerned with frost in Florida, overnight frost. Because then it kills all the oranges, and then you can't get orange juice for a week.
The falling iguanas.
Yeah. Hey, that's no joke, man. They'll mess you up.
Well, you look great. How have the holidays been?
Good so far. We did Christmas at my mom's place. It was freezing.
Oh.
She was like, I think Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or somewhere around there. It was a high of 33 Fahrenheit and a low of 18. I'm like, I can't even do that math to Celsius in my head. It's just cold.
Wow.
Cold. Yeah,
that's like what's freezing? Like 35? I mean, that's
32 degrees is freezing. Jesus.
Yeah.
You've been marooned in Stockholm too long.
Too long. Yeah. No, we had a little bit. I just went and picked Veronica up from the gym, and she was like, "Can you pick me up in the car?" And I ran up to the parking lot, hopped in, and there was like this thin sheet of ice on the car, just enough to be irritating.
Yeah.
Yeah, just enough to go out.
When we flew to officially we flew into New Jersey. Mm-hmm. We saw my sister for 2 days in New York, and when we got there, it was noticeably colder than Stockholm, and that's when they got like their foot of snow up there. It's like a big nor'easter. So we got in just before it started dumping snow.
Right.
And then it all started melting like the day or the second day after. So.
Okay.
So yeah, then we went to my mom's. It was pretty sunny there, but it was like normally 40s, high of 50 kind of thing. But that one day or two was real cold. And now I'm back in summer, babe. It's all good.
Now you're back in Miami.
That's right. Back in with everyone like contained inside, and probably because of COVID, we've all been isolated. It's just so nice. Yeah. It feels like being back home in certain ways. Like it's not as many people on top of you, a little bit less aggressive. It's just like that one little bit of comfort,
right?
That just goes a long way.
Now your trip has not gone. Look at you.
Yeah, let's talk about that trip.
No, your trip has not gone quite the way that it was.
Not the way we planned it, but the way I kind of expected it, to be honest.
Okay.
So
fair.
Originally we actually found a direct flight from Stockholm to Newark Airport, which I was like, oh my God. But then, of course, they changed it to fly through Copenhagen, of course, because SAS can't fly direct anywhere but Thailand for some reason.
Right.
So it's like, okay, fine. And between us buying all these tickets and then us actually going on these flights, we've had to change the airports and change the flights a bunch of times. And we have a whole, Hinata has a whole PowerPoint presentation of all of our flight information and all that stuff. But when we arrive at my sister's place, like the day after we arrive, Renata's dad texts her on WhatsApp saying the Brazilian government has just issued a decree that makes it more complicated to get into the country. So the thing is, it doesn't matter if you're a citizen, a resident, or a tourist, whatever, you must present a negative PCR test result before boarding your flight.
Okay.
And you can only take that PCR test maximum 72 hours before your flight takes off.
Now, that sounds vaguely familiar to something that you did when you left here.
Yeah. So, but that I did the antibody test.
Okay.
You know, and I had the track marks on my arms.
Right. Yeah.
So then we're like trying to figure out, okay, we have to find this PCR test, which is different than an antigen test. The antigen test is the one that you can get in 24 hours. But that's not good enough for you to travel internationally. It's not, you can get like false positives or false negatives. It's good, but it's not as good as a PCR, apparently.
Okay.
But the PCR test can take 3 to 4 days to come back to you in most places. So we're looking and we're like, God, we can't find anything. We're like, oh, let's maybe try and do it when we get to Miami, because people are saying, oh, well, you can go to the convention center in Miami Beach and they're normally pretty fast and it's a drive-through situation.
Right.
But then we are looking at the regulations and it said it's going to take effect December 30th. And we were set to fly December 29th. And take off at 11:15 December 29th, and land in Brazil on the 30th.
Yeah.
So, of course, the old Brazilian, let's try and skirt the rules kinds of genes kick in. And it's like, well, no, officially, if you read the letter of the law, then we should be fine to get on without a PCR test. In any case, we went up to the airport to go do one because they promise like results within, it could be 24 to 48 hours. They can't promise technically, but they say most likely 24 to 48 hours. Well, we went a little late. We were trying to get, by the time we had figured all this stuff out, it was the day before we take off, the 28th. So we make an appointment for like the first time slot on the 29th. We're like, okay, they would have all day to get us these test results. So if they can do it within 24 hours, if we get the test before business hours officially, we should be able to get the test back, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So we go in, I get the nasal swab shoved all the way up my nose, which wasn't that bad until the last 10%. She's going. I'm like, okay, this isn't that so bad. And then she like reaches the end. I'm like, holy shit. And then
you didn't know that.
And my eye starts watering and all that stuff.
Yeah, I did that.
She's like, okay, you're done. And like, you still feel it after she says, okay, I'm done. I'm like, I can move my head now. Okay.
Yeah.
So then she was funny, this nurse. She's like, I would ask what you were thinking about when I did that. I'm like, I'm thinking it was better than the antibody test I did in Sweden. And that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
So then we go to Fort Lauderdale Airport that night. We get there, 9 o'clock or something, all packed up, ready to go. Our friends dropped us off. And we get to the desk. We're flying a Brazilian airline called Azul. And there's this mass of humanity. And right then, Renata says, babe, we're not getting on this flight. Because there were all these Azul agents. Like, you know how there's like the rope maze to get up to the counter where you go and drop your bags and all that?
Right.
They were standing out in front of that and they were asking for everyone's test. Show me your test. And all these Brazilians are like, no, the 30th. You said the 30th. It's the 29th. They're like, you have to show us your test in order to get on this plane. And like 99% of that flight didn't have it. And the way the Brazilians travel, they max out their 23 kilos, all the bags they can carry. So it's like a plane full of people plus all their bags, all in the same spot. It was craziness. It was craziness. So same thing. We go up there and like, well, we need to see your PCR test. And then we start complaining. But the 29th or 30th.
Yeah.
Long story short, we have to get a new flight at a desk down the hall. So luckily they didn't charge us extra or anything like that for it to change the date of the flight, because it was just, the government's law and decree and all this stuff. It wasn't very clear. Anyway, the next flight that they could put us on was the 31st, but we were like, we're going to spend New Year's on an airplane? Ugh. So we ended up deciding we'll fly out the 3rd. So we at least were able to call up our friends. They came and picked us up again. We stayed at their place for another couple nights. But yeah, it's been a learning experience, you could say.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So in order to get on the flight now, we went to the convention center on the 31st and we did the drive-through one.
Okay.
And it's an official PCR, but they don't stick it up your nose. They hand you the kit and you do it yourself in your car. You cough 3 times and then you swab all over your mouth and your throat for 30 seconds.
Okay.
And then you put it in this little container and give it back to them. And then they text you when the results are done. And it was same day. I was like, we should have done this the first time.
Right.
But now I know what the antibody test is like. I know the nasal PCR test, and I know the fast PCR test.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
it's just a matter of time before they find another orifice.
Hey, I'm sure I'll have to do it for some reason.
You're like, hey, it can't be too much worse than the nose thing.
Well, it's like, it is eye-opening because you're like, my God, I didn't know my nose was that long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know that like through school and stuff like that your ears, eyes, nose, and throat, right? But I swear to goodness, that lady that gave me that nasal test, I was like, are you trying to see what I ate yesterday? I mean, she stuck that thing so far in my nose, and then it goes like past the end zone into areas that you didn't even know.
Yeah, that's the part. That's the part when you're just like, holy shit. But then the nurse I had, she was pretty quick at that point. She got it back. She's like, okay, I'm there. And then I twist. I'm like, twist? What do you mean?
As your brain starts leaking. Yeah. And my nurse was kind of, when she got done with that, she was like, oh yeah, I know it's really bad. Because my eyes, I was basically crying
Your
and
eyes
coughing and sneezing.
For sure.
And yeah.
But I mean, no. There's Dylan in the background throwing a fit. But it's not that bad by the end.
No.
I mean, at least you know if you're negative, positive, whatever. So that kind of outweighs the little discomfort you have for 5 minutes.
But I saw it because they show the clips of that on the news every single night. It's unavoidable. You see people in cars getting tests. And there's always some little news clip. And I think it was last night. And it looked like the person was just kind of tickling the outside of this guy's nose, and I was
that's not going to do it.
That's not
going to do it.
That's not it.
Now I think I saw you guys have to wear masks now on public transport. Is that right?
Yeah, as of I think it's January 7th.
Yeah.
Actually, let me say that definitively. As of January 7th.
According to Two Guys, Three Crowns.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, so, everyone comes to us for their health news.
Okay. Yeah. The Sweden, the rebel nation. Yeah, we've actually started kind of preparing. I mean, it's not like you actually have to test for stuff like that, right? But we haven't masked really, and we've been at home so much, and the hours that I typically commute, it's like me and 3 guys or 2, I mean, it's like there's not that many people. But as of the 7th, it's like mandatory. So we went into the city briefly a couple days ago, and we had gone to the Apoteket to pick up our little 4-pack of paper masks. I had a bunch of masks that, me, like, I mean, these are things I bought like as soon, like with the toilet paper and everything else. I was like, we need masks. So I had gotten these like Adidas masks. Black fabric Adidas mask, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm good with those. Those look, pretty good. So I busted out with one of those, and Veronica and Adrian had the surgical masks, the regular paper ones. Let me tell you, I don't know what fabric. They must have been like the first masks out of the gate, where it was just like, here, just use this pattern, pick a material, and do it. But it was basically like walking around with a sauna. It's like a mini sauna.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On your face, and then as I'm breathing, like the only place that air is going is
going to fog up.
Yeah, it went straight into my eye. Yeah. So my eyes are tearing, and they're wearing the blue surgical mask. They're doing fine. Yeah.
But it is nice in the winter in Stockholm because it keeps your face warm.
Yeah.
So that's a benefit. I'm already totally used to it.
Yeah. Did you guys have to wear face masks on the plane?
Oh, yeah. In the airport the whole time. And of course, when Dylan starts having a fit, what's the first thing he wants to do? Grab your mask and rip it off. So he's already broken 2 by doing that. So I always have a cloth one on standby. But I have the Adidas ones too. And then I have one from Masks of Sweden because it's medically tested to protect. But you can reuse it and all that kind of thing for like 30 washes or something.
Okay.
But yeah, here, even to go when you leave your apartment, because our friend's place is in one of these big condos. Once you go into the hallway, you have to have the mask on in all public spaces and when you're outside and all that stuff.
Okay.
Of course, being in Florida, half the people are insane and they're not even wearing a mask, even though you have to. But yeah, that's Florida for you.
Right.
But yeah, in the airport, everyone was doing the dentist ones, like the medical ones, the paper ones.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, day before yesterday, we went ahead and I had gotten some ad via email, so I just ordered a 100-pack.
Yeah.
Lena was like, I was like, oh, they got a 50-pack, and she's like, you might as well do they have a 100-pack? And I was like, yeah, they have a 100-pack too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it comes like in one of those tissue like dispenser things, but
kind of. We got a box. I got a box at Appletech before we went, and then there was like a thinner one that's good for to keep in the carry-on.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit, not a box, it's more like an envelope kind of thing. So when we're going to like an airport or like a busy area, we'll use the paper one. And then if we're just like walking around or like probably even jumping on a short bus, then just the cloth one.
Okay.
It's a little more comfortable.
Cool. Hey, does Dylan have to wear a mask?
No, he's under 2.
Because I was going to say, good luck with that.
Yeah, I was like, I made a point to ask at the airport counter when we were changing our flights. I'm like,
right.
And I have to make sure you ask him about Dylan because no one will give him a PCR test. I'm like, I defy you, airline, to give him a PCR test. You want to stick that thing up his nose?
Yeah,
He's got teeth. You better be ready.
Yeah. I could just imagine putting on the mask. It's either going to go really, really good, where it's kind of that. What's this? Or it's going to go really, really bad going, why are you covering me?
We did have a mask. We bought a mask for him, a little kid's one. He thought it was cool to put it on because we're wearing a mask.
Right.
But then after like 10 seconds, he's like, okay, I'm done with this. And he rips it off and throws it on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's how we all feel, dude.
Right.
You got to
now, due to the little bit of travel jambalaya, what was New Year's like? I mean, your New Year's plans. I mean,
So New Year's everywhere is kind of weird this year. Yeah. We were watching the skipping between some different like shows. There was like a distanced. I think it was a repeat of the iHeartRadio concert, but it was like all socially distanced. Which it was one hip hop artist, I can't remember his name. He was like singing like a lyric, and then he stops and he holds his microphone out for like the so-called audience to sing along. But the audience is just like these giant screens of everyone on Zoom. I'm like, guy, that is the tackiest thing I've ever seen. Everyone's on different timing. They can't sing along with you.
Yeah.
Nor would the microphone pick it up. I'm just like, okay, next. So we'll change it back to the Dick Clark one on NBC or CBS, whatever it is. So yeah, then we watched the ball drop and all that. So yeah, we were running through all the bottles of bubbly over here. And then we did get to see, because our friend's apartment, it faces west, and we're on the 34th floor, so you can see almost to the Everglades. You can see to the airport, and then a little bit past that, but you can almost see to the Everglades if it's clear enough. So then we could see all the little towns shooting off their fireworks and all that. And I mean, it's not official fireworks, but it's Florida, so people buy explosives, and then if they're colored, even better, and they just shoot them into the air. So
right.
That was nice. We did get to see a few fireworks. But how is it for you guys up there?
Pretty much our same small town. We did. We've been pretty much couching it. Mm-hmm. But Lana went to the doctor on the 30th and has now. She doesn't have to have the support boot. She can walk with her tennis shoes. She still uses one of the. And what do you call it? A cane, a crutch. But she has that to kind of support. So we've been going out for shorter walks, and we went down, to our wilderness walk yesterday.
Yeah, that's some good rehab.
No,
it's uneven surface.
Yeah. No, it's been good, but I mean, short of that, it's been pretty easy. Adrian was here home for 2 weeks. He went back up to his apartment today.
Nice.
Veronica's been around, so it's been really nice. It's been really tame. I mean, every year for New Year, almost all the years that we've been here, we typically just walk up to the parking area, and the parking area is like where all the neighbors have typically met. And then, there's people in the area shooting fireworks.
Yeah, okay.
But over the years, it's just like dwindled and dwindled and dwindled and dwindled. So
you need a Floridian to come over there and like load up with they sell fireworks in the grocery store here, man.
Right. Yeah.
There's beer in the grocery store. There's wine. Everything's in the grocery store.
Yeah. It'd be like, hey, can I get a bottle of JD? And what kind of explosives you got back there?
Well, we have some firecrackers, some M80s. We got some bottle rockets.
Yeah, give me that Armageddon box and
give me the Black Panther, the Roman candle that shoots like a Gatling gun, 80 flares out of it.
Give me that Gandalf. Give me that Gandalf flying dragon one. No, but it was it was nice. It was pretty tame. And then one of our neighbors, and same ad that I bought the face mask, they were also selling those, those paper lanterns. That they, you light the candle and...
Oh, yeah, like they do in Thailand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was like a Thai. Nice. And I saw him and I was thinking, you know what? With my luck, that thing is going to like fly into a building and something's going to catch on fire. So...
Yeah.
But my neighbor, he came up and all of a sudden we started seeing like these big, floating lanterns going
so
up.
Nice when you see it. It's so cool.
Yeah, and I was thinking, oh, that's really nice, just to send up one of those as kind of a symbolic. And then I was like, okay, or two, okay, or three. So I think he sent up like 5 of those things.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice. There are certain ones that you're supposed to get that are biodegradable because the traditional Thai ones, they kind of leave stuff in, because they always fall into the forest. So you're supposed to use a special like tea candle and all that goes out quick and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, these were definitely going over some inhabited areas. I mean,
it's happening.
Yeah,
it's clogging gutters for sure.
I was thinking that it would be nice, like by the sea, and it goes out in the ocean, and we, pollute the ocean, but nothing catches on fire. But these were definitely going towards some the few high-rise buildings in our area. No, but it was really nice. I wasn't grumpy, but it was like 11:45, and Lena was like, "Okay, you ready?" And I was like, "I don't know." And she was like, "Come on, we got to do it. We always go out there." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. It's kind of cold outside."
Yeah.
But we went up, came back down, watched the end of our Hobbit movie.
Nice.
And I think we stayed up that's like the latest I've been up on purpose for a while. So I think we probably cashed in at about 2:00.
Oh, wow. That's later than we did. We saw it was like 1:10, 1:20, something like that.
Right.
And Renata and I looked at each other. We're like, let's go to bed because Dylan doesn't give a crap. He's waking up at 7 a.m. We better be ready. Thank God he slept in till 8. We were like, oh, holiday.
Yeah, but it was a nice holiday.
Hey, I got to ask you, because I know Sweden typically doesn't believe in sales, but we're over here and it's like after Christmas sales are going crazy. And they're like, it's weird because there's empty racks, but then it's like we're getting Dylan's 2-year-old clothes for like $3 a shirt.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I forgot how cheap it is to be over here. Yeah. It's insane.
You know what you guys should do is just buy him clothes up until he's like a teenager. You can
if we had the kilos, Renata would do that. I am not joking. If we had the kilos for the airlines, we would totally do that.
Yeah. You know what? I got to tell you that this was one of the first. I mean, you notice stuff like the price of food and the price of this year. Of course, we went natural tree. We decided that we're going to leave our little assembly required tree, and we went. Since the family was going to be together, we got a natural tree. Which I'm looking at it now. I forgot to water it. You forget to like water water. Usually, I just have to dust my tree. Now I have to water.
Get one of those compressed air cans and
just kind of.
Yeah, it's clean.
And my allergies and stuff have been okay, but I've noticed like my kids have been sniffing a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know like if they're kind of sensitive to the tree. But anyway, it's been nice. I think we'll probably keep it for. Well, we're supposed to keep it. I think you're supposed to keep it in Sweden till like Tuesday or something. Tuesday or Wednesday. 13 dag.
Yeah, it's like the 12th day of Christmas or something like that, right? January 5th or something.
Yeah, but this one, I mean, when everybody goes to bed, this one might just disappear.
Yeah, that's always the trick, because then you got to move it several feet, and that's when all the needles fall off. You're like,
exactly.
God damn it. You couldn't wait until you got outside.
Yeah, I bumped into it the other morning, and all of a sudden it started looking like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree with the
Exactly.
Yeah. But we talked around midsummer, like the price of strawberries.
Yes.
You remember price of strawberries? All of a sudden it skyrockets. Like midsummer, if you're going to buy strawberries, then you got to take out a loan. But what we noticed
could just do Klarna.
Yeah, exactly. We could do a payment plan. But what we did, what we noticed this year was, because we do a traditional Christmas, like a Swedish Christmas ham. Oh, Lena buys this big ham and she bastes it and does things. But that thing, and we did the herring, I did a Jansson's, and, we did like a lot of Jansson's. It's kind of it's like a potato, like a au gratin potatoes, but with anchovies and something. So it's really good. But what we went to go pick up a couple of things, day after Christmas, day or 2 days after Christmas, everything was like half off.
What?
Everything was, the ham, like a Christmas ham, the day after Christmas, we bought another ham because it was half the price of like the ham that we bought for Christmas. And,
everyone must be so confused. Like, what do you mean 50% off?
Yeah. And like Christmas must, like julmust. Uh-huh. That is, all of a sudden the day after is like, you can buy, 2 bottles for 10 crowns. So we were in the store and we were thinking, I was like, you know what? If we just move Christmas like a day, do you know how much like the celebrating?
You could do Festivus.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
A new holiday was born. A Festivus for the rest of us.
But then you see all the sales. Everything's half price. Presents are half price.
Amazing. So they do have sales. They're just hiding them from me.
Well, I mean, they got to get rid of things just like everybody else.
Yeah. Got to turn over inventory somehow. Man, we went into Burlington, and normally that's like, because they don't have Burlington, they don't have Ross, they don't have TJ Maxx, they don't have anything like that in Sweden.
Yeah.
But we went into Burlington here, and there were entire racks, and this place is like, I don't know, 2 acres of space, right? Yeah. It's huge, one of these things. And like one of the racks goes for, I don't know, it has to be at least 15 meters.
Ooh.
And then multiple rows of the racks.
Sure.
Like 5 across, like the entire section of winter coats gone, completely empty, not even a hanger left. I'm like, my God, this place has been picked clean.
Yeah.
But then you look at the price, and something that was like $200 is like marked down to, I don't know, 42. You're like, oh, okay, I get it.
Right. 42 unless you buy 2, and then it's 32.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's just crazy here.
Yeah. But now, so you guys are hopefully going to be skedaddling tomorrow. Mañana. You're going to be doing it?
Oh, yeah, tomorrow morning, yeah. We go up to the hotel tonight, and then the flight, God willing, tomorrow morning.
Right. Well, I am going to be sitting with bated breath and fingers crossed and hoping that...
Yeah, if you don't hear from me on text by about, let's see, 8, okay. I've made it on that plane.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to be an expletive-filled rant by text.
So the next episode might actually have earned that E rating that we...
Yeah, the Black Label episode.
Exactly.
Hopefully not, but let's see.
Hey, you guys take care of yourselves. Keep us posted, and
will do. And Happy New Year to all of our listeners out there.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody, and thank you for the messages and the notes. We've gotten in quite a few.
We feel the love.
We feel the love.
Warm and toasty.
And we are back. We are back on it. And we will be checking in with Sean, and hopefully he'll be able to find a couple of
hopefully
Wi-Fi.
the next time you'll be hearing from us, there'll be a toucan and a cow in the background.
Moo on that.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, that'll do it for this week's episode. As always, a very special thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to check out our Instagram for more Two Guys, Three Crowns goodness. You can also check out our YouTube channel for some behind-the-scenes action, and check out our merch store on our website. You'll find all sorts of cool stuff. And then catch us back here next week for more Two Guys, Three Crowns.